Welcome to Talk of the Town. I'm your host, Ellen Barrett, and we have a great show for you today. And we are starting with an event that's coming up that you're not going to want to miss. With me today, I have Josh Sterry, and you are the president and also the matchmaker. It's a fun title, right? May not be what you think it is for Chosen Few. Thank you for being with us today.
Yes, thank you.
So let's hear more about this event and what Chosen Few is for those who may not be familiar.
Sure. So even though this is our 9th event, not everybody's aware of that mixed martial arts is in Madison, and especially at the Monona Terrace, because it's such a beautiful venue.
Actually, we were just talking about that, and I didn't know there was a space you could go underneath in the Monona Terrace. I just thought it was the top.
Yeah, it's a beautiful venue. They're great to work with, and it's probably one of the best venues I've had to participate in the Midwest for mixed martial arts. So it's a great event.
Awesome. And when's the date of this event coming
This
up?
coming Saturday, October 1st. And doors open at 5 and fights start at 6.
Perfect. And now I know you mentioned mixed martial arts, so MMA, correct?
Yep.
So let's kind of talk about what sets mixed martial arts, it's kind of a tongue twister right there, apart from, I guess, different things and different styles, I guess, because it is different.
It is different, yeah. So a lot of people are familiar with boxing or wrestling, and mixed martial arts kind of ties everything together. So boxing is in a ring, MMA is in a cage. So it's all the disciplines kind of combined. So your boxing, your Muay Thai, kickboxing, wrestling, submission grappling, all those disciplines kind of tied into one.
Man, that's got to be intense.
It is. It's
especially
very intense.
Putting somebody just physically in a cage just adds an element that I'm sure you can't explain unless you're there.
No, exactly, and it's the energy is amazing. It's one thing to watch it on TV, but when you can actually come and experience it in person, it's a special thing for sure.
So what if somebody is watching this and they're thinking, this sounds pretty cool, something really fun and different to do, maybe if you've never watched MMA before, where can they get tickets?
Yeah, so you can go to chosenfewfc.com and make sure that you go there. Don't just come to the event the day of, because we are so close to being sold out for this event that I'd hate for you to come and there not be tickets. So go online right now to chosenfewfc.com and get your tickets. There'll be a place that we'll call for you, so you have a guaranteed spot.
Awesome. Yeah, you wouldn't want to be disappointed and show up and not be able to get in, so make sure you check out their website. Now let's talk about, too, what people can expect to see when they get there. I know for me personally, I've never been to an MMA event.
Sure.
I guess I don't really know what it entails. What can people expect to see?
Sure. So we originally had 12 bouts scheduled. These last couple of days have been a little challenging on the matchmakers end, just because we've had some last-minute injuries and such. So we should have 10 or 11 fights guaranteed. Starting off with the main event, which is a professional bout. So we have 3 professional bouts and I believe 8 amateur bouts. We also feature 3 amateur title fights, which is going to be interesting as well.
Very cool. So it sounds like a lot of different levels, too, of expertise.
There is, yeah. And it's interesting, when you watch some of the amateurs, their skill level is actually just as good as some of those pros are. So there's a couple of rule changes between the amateurs and pros. And the rounds, there's 3-minute rounds for the amateurs and 5-minute rounds for the pros.
And how many rounds?
3.
3 rounds, each 3 minutes.
Correct.
Wow, so that has to go pretty fast.
It does.
Unless somebody gets knocked out, I'm guessing?
Yeah, so there's submissions, there's tap outs, and there's, of course, referee stoppages or doctor stoppages. So it all depends on, what happens in the fight, on how long the evening goes. But we're typically done by around 10 p.m.
Okay, awesome. And let's just go over the details one more time if people didn't catch it at the beginning. When is this happening? How can they get tickets? Where do they need to go?
Yep, this Saturday, live at the Monona Terrace. Doors open at 5, fight starts at 6. You could go to chosenfewfc.com for tickets.
Awesome. Perfect stuff, and you're not going to want to miss this event. And what would you say, I don't know how long you've been with Chosen Few, is your favorite part?
I would just say the experience for the fighters to get their hand raised at the end of the day, just because I know how much goes into it, the sacrifice, the dedication, the dieting, the training, all that stuff. It's a special thing for them at the end of the night, when they can get that experience and get their hand raised.
Such a cool event. If you haven't checked out MMA before, you're not going to want to miss it, because it just sounds like such an experience, and you're not going to be sorry that you went.
Correct.
For sure.
Yes.
Again, Josh Sterry, thank you so much for being with us today with Chosen Few. We appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thank
and we'll
you.
be back with more Talk of the Town right after this.